Hi everyone, it's Lourdes Galang of iFranchise Business Services Corporation. I'm one of the franchise consultants, and in today's video presentation, I will discuss with you our updated Coffee Spot franchise business opportunity. So, for everyone who's watching this video right now and you've been planning to start your coffee shop business or you're looking for a franchise business to start, and you're kind of interested in putting up your own coffee shop business, then watch this video so that you can learn a few insights or tips on how to start your coffee shop business, or maybe you will get interested in franchising our coffee spot franchise business. So let's go ahead and discuss our updated latest coffee spot franchise business opportunity. So this is a sample design of our full store concept of Coffee Spot. So just to give you an idea of how your coffee shop would look like once you franchise with Coffee Spot. Now, starting July 1, 2024, the franchise package of Coffee Spot is 880,000 pesos. So here are the inclusions in our Coffee Spot franchise package for 880,000 pesos. Meaning to say this is what you're going to get included in your franchise package with us. So unang-una na dyan, yung use of trade name, which is Coffee Spot. You get a franchise contract of 5 years, and take note, no royalty fee. Wala po kaming kukuhain na royalty fee sa inyo. Lahat ng kikitain ninyo, yung gross profit nyo, yung net income ninyo, sa inyo lang po yan. So, para sa mga baguhan pa lang na magpa-franchise, it's very important to consider kung may royalty fee ba na sisingilin ang iyong franchise company where you're going to get your franchise with, or makikipag-partner ka by franchising their business or their franchise concept. So, yung royalty fee na yan, it's either 5%, 10%, 12%, depende kung magkano yung sisingilin sa inyo ng franchise company. But with iFranchise, sa Coffee Spot, once na mag-franchise kayo, there's no royalty fee. Wala po kaming sisingilin sa inyo na royalty fee. You can do your own research when it comes to royalty fee para mas lalo nyo pang maintindihan, especially sa mga baguhan pa lang na ngayon pa lang magsisimula na mag-franchise or nagre-research pa lang on how franchising works. But for those na nakapag-franchise ng business, I'm sure you're very much aware na kung ano yung royalty fee na yan and how important it is for you, lalong-lalo na kung nakapag-start na kayo ng franchising business ninyo. So, alam nyo kung gaano kalaki yung importance ng royalty fee na yan. Because kahit pagbayad ka ng royalty fee na 10,000 pesos, pag sinumatotal mo yan in 1 year, that's still 100,000 pesos. So, sayang din yun, di ba? You could put that 100,000 pesos into another investment or, start a new business with it. Okay? So, what's included also with our Coffee Spot franchise package is the training and franchise manuals, marketing collaterals, standard perspective design drawing, standard lighted signage, merch display rack with initial inventory worth 20,000, barista uniforms, store opening support which includes the standee, balloons, and tarpaulins, and of course, yung support ng company wherein our franchise consultants, our franchise managers, unit managers will be attending your opening para magpakita ng support, okay? And then we also have here the celebrity appearance, which is optional. Depende po sa inyo if you would like Danielle Machanaga, our celebrity ambassador for Coffee Spot, to grace your store opening support. Syempre, may bayad po yan. There's a payment for that. It depends on the location kung saan yung opening ng iyong Coffee Spot store. So, you just have to inquire with us, okay, kung magkano aabutin if ever you would consider this. And then, for the equipment set, which is already included in our franchise package with Coffee Spot, it includes espresso machine, grinder, blender, metal tamper, bench support, knockbox, steaming pitcher, and milk thermometer. So as you can see with our Coffee Spot franchise package, ang dami na pong inclusions. Unlike other franchise packages, okay, that you would look at, yung 880,000 pesos might just be a payment for the franchise fee. Wala pang included the equipments or any other inclusions like mga uniforms or merch display, lighted signages. Okay, so that's what you have to look for when you're considering to franchise a coffee shop or any other franchise concept. What is included in the franchise package? Okay, so let's move on to our coffee spot menu. Okay, so just to give you a glimpse of what will be included sa menu ng iyong coffee spot franchise, of course, we have the hot coffee, the cold coffee, the fraps, and Italian soda. And as you can see, we have a wide array of selection of different hot coffees, cold coffees, fraps, and Italian soda. And most of the time, ito yung usually in order ng mga customers, okay? So, ito yung familiar na sa ating mga customers at marami silang pagpipilian, 'di ba? Nakikita niyo naman sa selection ng menu natin. And also you can check the prices that we have. So if you're going to really study the menu of the coffee spot and even the pricing which I'm showing you right now on your screen and you're really considering in putting up your own coffee shop business or franchising with us, okay, the coffee spot pricing, products, and its entire menu is strategically positioned in a competitive way. Gaano siya ka-competitive? Well, unang-una na, when it comes to pricing, you can cater to different types of market. Yung market na to sa coffee shop industry includes yung mga customers who are looking for an affordable price sa coffee but at the same time, yung taste ng coffee nila, it's not sacrificed. Like, maganda pa rin, quality pa rin yung coffee na matitikman nila, na malalasahan nila. And at the same time, yung mga high-end markets who are willing to pay, 200 to 300 pesos worth of coffee dahil yung experience talaga nila with the taste of coffee, lalo na yung mga critic when it comes to the coffee that they're drinking, na very particular when it comes to the coffee that they're drinking. And also yung mga in the middle din, di ba? Like, okay sila sa low-end na mga coffee shops, okay din sila sa mga high-end coffee shops. So there's actually like 3 different types of markets that you can cater with the coffee spot menu that we are offering. And as a franchisee, if you're going to franchise with us, that's actually one of your vantage points. So we're just talking about the selection of drinks that we have, the taste of the coffee that we offer, and also the pricing that we are able to offer to our customers. Now, the reason why I'm really emphasizing with the competitive pricing of Coffee Spot sa ating menu with our hot coffee, cold coffee, frops, and Italian soda, it's because we have to be realistic. I mean, kahit yung mga customers naman who are willing to pay 200 to 300 pesos sa mahal ng bilihin ngayon, kung makakatipid sila sa kanilang coffee, I'm sure magtitipid. They would choose, an alternative coffee shop that could offer the same taste, the same experience that they're able to get dito sa mga high-end coffee shops na to without sacrificing nga yung taste and even the ambience or the kind of experience that they are able to get dito sa mga high-end coffee shops na to that they frequently go to. That's why it's also important. It's an important factor that you have to consider if you're going to put up a coffee shop or franchise a coffee shop business, to look into the menu, into the pricing, and also the taste of the coffees that you will be offering, because this provides the overall experience of customers, especially those coffee lovers who really go and dine into these coffee shops. Now, aside from the pricing, the taste of the coffee, and the wide selection of coffees that we can offer in our Coffee Spot franchise, of course, sabi ko nga kanina, we also have to consider yung overall experience. And yung overall experience na yun ng isang customer who goes into a coffee shop, syempre yung ambience, 'di ba? Yung comfortability ng iyong coffee shop. And this is what we can offer also in our Coffee Spot branches, okay? So here are just sample ideas, mga design na mga coffee shops that we have opened. So you can include yung mga desserts, pastries, and also yung mga food meals that you want to include there. Kasi lahat ng mga nagpupunta ngayon sa coffee shop, usually kumakain na rin sila, 'di ba? So you can include that in there. But this is just to give you an idea how our Coffee Spot branches looks like. Now, para mas lalo mong ma-visualize yung Coffee Spot branch na itatayo mo. So here are some of the Coffee Spot branches that we have opened. We are open for franchising Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So there you go. These are some of the coffee spot branches that we've recently opened. And as you can see, I'm sure nagkaroon kayo ng idea how your coffee spot or your coffee shop would look like once you franchise with us. And as I've said kanina, very competitive din ang coffee spot franchise natin when it comes to the design, the layout. Nakita nyo naman, kayang-kaya makipag-compete sa mga high-end coffee shops that are out in the market right now, 'di ba? I'm sure you very well know kung ano tong mga high-end coffee shops na to. And with Coffee Spot, you can start your own coffee shop that can very well compete with this high-end coffee shops and that can cater to other customers as well looking for an affordable coffee but at the same time would provide them a great experience. This is our Coffee Spot merch display rack. If you can remember, it's included in the Coffee Spot franchise package. So this is how it looks like and you can put this in your Coffee Spot franchise store. Now let's go to the most important part, okay? When you're investing in a franchise business or in any kind of business, syempre ang pinaka-importanteng tanong, yung return of investment. And that includes yung mga questions na how long, kailan ko mababawi yung i-invest ko na capital, how much will it cost me to invest in this kind of business, to start this kind of business, and how much will I earn? Diba? Magkano ba yung kikitain ko when I invest into this kind of business. So I'm going to show you two computations and that includes the full store which is 100 square meters and also a regular store which is 40 square meters. So depende po kasi yan sa space na available for you to put up your own coffee spot franchise store. So if it's 100 square meters or a 40 square meters, then this is an assumption or the potential return on your investment. So let's proceed with the full store concept muna, which is 100 square meters. So for us to be able to know the return of your investment in this full store concept of a coffee spot franchise, of course, we need to know the assumptions sa mga expenses natin, di ba? And the expenses will include the fixed cost. Yung fixed cost na to, ito yung monthly na magiging expenses mo when you're operating your coffee shop business. Sa capital expenditures naman, ito yung one time na maglalabas ka ng pera capital expenditure siya kasi mangangapital ka, mag-i-invest ka, 'di ba? Para maitayo mo yung business. Okay, so sa fixed cost natin, these are conservative assumptions ng mga amounts and we got this based from the coffee spot branches that we've already opened. Yung mga nag-franchise sa amin, we collated the data. So, this is what we're able to give you when it comes to the assumption. So, hindi namin to basta pinulot lang somewhere at nag-isip na ito yung magiging capital expenditures or ito yung magiging monthly fixed cost. May pinagbasihan po yung assumptions na meron tayo dito. Though it's called assumptions, but merong data na pinagbasihan, itong conservative amounts that we're showing you in our table right now. So, with our fixed cost, this would include the rent, electricity and water, supplies, and payroll. Sa mga magtatanong naman po, paano kapag sarili ko yung building, yung space, hindi ko na kailangan upahan? Then, obviously, you won't have to pay the rent. You can just remove, this rent expense from your fixed cost, okay? So, para naman sa mga mag-rent ng mga spaces for their coffee shop or for the coffee spot franchise, then you will have to include it in your fixed cost expenses. And we've put in here 100,000 pesos. Ito yung average na normal rental ng mga coffee spot franchises namin. Pag may nahanap ka na mas lower dito, mas cheaper, then that would be an advantage for you. Kasi mababawasan ang iyong rental expenses, di ba? Now, with electricity and water, it's 18,000 pesos. Supplies, 6,000 pesos. Payroll, 94,833 pesos and 34 cents. So, your total fixed cost would be 218,833 pesos and 34 cents. Now, let's move to the capital expenditures. This would include yung franchise investment, which is 880,000 pesos. Yun yung babayaran mo sa amin para makapag-franchise ka ng coffee spot. It's a one-time payment. Yung construction fit-out, 2 million. Now, depende kung anong structure ng building mo. This could be more or this could be less. Again, this is a conservative assumption. And additional appliances and equipments, 250,000. Depende pa rin sa magiging design ng iyong location or ng iyong space as well. Again, this is a conservative assumption of how much it would cost you when it comes to additional appliances and equipment. And for the operational cash flow, it's 437,666 and 68 cents. Para sa mga magtatanong po, ano yung operational cash flow? Ito po yung total fixed cost that you're seeing on your screen right now, which is yung 218,833 pesos and 34 cents. If you multiply that to 2 months, you'll get the operational cash flow of 437,666 pesos and 68 cents. So, importante na kasama na siya sa pinaghahandaan mong kapital, yung babayaran mo for the first 2 months. Kasi for the first 2 months of your operation, andyan yung hindi mo pa alam kung magkano yung sales mo, yung income mo. So, you have to be ready para sa mga magiging expenses ng yung operations for the next 2 months. Dapat may naka-ready ka na. Hindi pwedeng sa first month operation mo, ang vision mo kagad or ang thinking mo, depende sa magiging sales mo, dun ka nakukuha ng pambayad mo ng iyong rent, electricity and water, supplies, or payroll. So, very important in putting up a business like this na meron ka ng capital, meron ka nang naka-ready para sa yung operational cash flow kasi hindi mo alam what will happen for the first 2 months or 3 months of your business, okay? So, I hope you were able to get that. So, ang total investment po natin, if we will add this up, that's 3,567,666 and 68 cents. Now, let's look at the target sales. At dito natin ipapakita kung ano yung potential na pwede mong maging sales at income and how will you be able to have your return of your investment sa ating Coffee Spot franchise in 12 months, okay? So, in our given example here, in your 100 square meters na full store Coffee Spot franchise, okay? So, ang assumption natin dyan, may 5 tables ka. At sa 5 tables na yan, you're able to sell 5 cups per hour per table. So, 5 times 5, that would be equivalent to 25 cups. Okay? And let's assume that you decided to have 12 hours operation. Okay? So, if you are selling 25 cups per hour, that would give you 300 cups per day or 300 customers. And let's just say, for example, that the average amount per cups that your customer buys from your Coffee Spot franchise is 120 pesos. Okay? I-multiply natin yung 120 pesos sa 300 customers or 300 cups in a day. That would give you 36,000 pesos na daily target sales. Okay? So, if you have daily target sales of 36,000 pesos, ang gross sales mo in a month would be 1,080,000 pesos. So that will give you a gross sales in a month of 1,080,000 pesos. So sa sales mo ng 100%, you will have your average profit margin which is 53%. Ito yung kita mo. And then yung cost of goods sold which is 47%. Ito yung kailangan mong ibawas sa iyong gross sales dahil ito yung pambibili mo ng produkto na ibibenta mo sa iyong Coffee Spot franchise store. So let's take a look at now the annual income or how much you will be earning in a year. So to give you an example of how it will be computed, so ito yung sales natin, 1,080,000 pesos. Ito yung target sales natin per month as long as nagde-daily target sales ka ng 36,000 pesos. And yung cost of goods sold, which is 47%, ibabawas natin, which is 507,600 pesos. And yung gross profit mo would be 572,400 pesos. Siyempre, ililess natin dito yung overhead expenses, yung operational cost, yung expenses natin na kinumpute na natin kanina. Ito yung rent, ito yung electricity, water, miscellaneous, yung payroll mo. So that's 218,833 pesos and 34 cents. So your net profit before tax would be 353,566 pesos and 70 cents. So as long as ang net profit mo on your monthly sales of 1,080,000 pesos ay ganitong amount, then you will have 4,242,800 pesos na annual income. Kaya, kayang-kaya mong mag-ROI in 12 months doon sa total investment mo na 3,567,666 pesos and 68 cents. So hopefully naging maliwanag sa inyo yung return of investment sa ating full store concept ng Coffee Spot which is 100 square meters. Now, let's move on to the return of investment in a regular coffee spot store. Okay? So, pag sinabi nating regular, ito yung 40 square meters. Okay? Yung maliit lang na space compared dun sa 100 square meters. Obviously, pag mas maliit ang space mo, mas maliit din yung capital expenditures and yung fixed cost, diba? So, as you can see here, ito yung assumptions natin ulit for the fixed cost and the capital expenditures. Para sa fixed cost ng isang regular coffee spot franchise store, ang rent ay 40,000 pesos. Obviously, mas maliit yung space, mas maliit din yung rental expenses. Electricity and water, mas maliit din, 15,000 pesos. Supplies, 3,000 pesos. And payroll, 56,900 pesos. So, mas maliit din yung payroll kasi pag 40 square meters lang or regular store lang ang iyong coffee spot franchise store, mas less yung staff na kailangan na mag-operate ng business mo. Kaya mas maliit din yung payroll. So, ang total fixed cost natin dito ay 114,900 pesos. Sa capital expenditures naman, yung franchise investment still the same. Kahit na regular ang store na itatayo mo for the coffee spot franchise, 880,000 pesos pa rin ang babayaran mo na franchise package. Sa construction, dito magkakaroon ng pagbabago kasi 750,000 pesos na lang instead of the 2 million. Again, this is just a conservative assumption. Okay, so it could be more than 750,000 or less than 750,000. Depende po sa space na available kung saan mo itatayo ang iyong coffee shop. Kasi baka konting improvements na lang or construction ang kailangan mong gawin. Now, for the additional appliance and equipment, still 250,000 pesos. So, operational cash flow coming from the 2 months total fixed cost that you have, it's 229,800 pesos. So, your total investment would be 2,109,800 pesos. Now, let's take a look at the target sales that you are able to get if you have a 40 square meter or regular coffee spot franchise store. Kung magkano yung magiging profit mo and yung net profit mo for you to be able to have your return of your investment on a coffee spot franchise in 12 months. So, in your 40 square meters na coffee spot franchise store, let's say for example, you have 3 tables. Yun ang assumption natin. Since mas maliit na siya, diba? So, mas konti yung tables that you would be able to put in there. But still, you're able to sell 5 cups per hour per table. So, 5 cups times 3 tables, that will give you to 15 cups. Now, let's say for example, you decided to run your coffee spot for 12 hours na operation. So, yung 15 cups na yon, i-times natin or i-multiply natin sa 12 hours of operation, that will give you to 180 cups per day or 180 customers. At sabihin na natin, to 180 customers mo na to, ang average amount that they're spending per cup is 120 pesos. So, we multiply 120 pesos to 180 customers. That will give you a daily target sales of 21,600 pesos. So, kung may 21,600 pesos na sales ka in a day sa iyong coffee spot store, you will have a gross sales in a month of 648,000 pesos. So, 100% na sales na to, again, you will have an average profit margin of 53% and cost of goods sold, which is 47%. So, looking at this table, sa 648,000 pesos na monthly sales mo, ibabawas natin dito yung cost of goods sold kasi syempre, kailangan mong bumili ng mga product na ibebenta mo ulit sa iyong coffee spot store. That would be 304,560 pesos. Yung gross profit mo would be 343,440 pesos. I-less natin yung overhead expenses na pinakita ko na sa inyo kanina. Yung computation, that would total to 114,900 pesos. So, ang net profit mo before tax would be 228,540 pesos. Now, if this will be your net profit every month, with your sales na 648,000 pesos, you will have 2,742,480 pesos na annual income. And makakapag-ROI ka in 12 months kasi ang total investment mo is 2,109,800 pesos. So, in 12 months, mababawi mo na yung 2,109,800 pesos na in-invest mo in putting up your regular coffee spot franchise store. So, I hope that was clear to you kung ano yung return of investment sa isang full store concept which is 100 square meters and then a regular coffee spot franchise store na 40 square meters. Now, let's move on with the question, why become a franchisee of Coffee Spot? Yes, marami namang ibang franchising company dyan na nag-o-offer ng coffee shop franchise business. Maraming iba dyan na pwedeng mas mura yung packages nila, or merong iba dyan na mas mahal pero mas popular. So, those are the kind of considerations that you would be asking yourself when you're choosing the franchise that you would partner with when it comes to starting your coffee shop business, diba? So first of all, we'd like to assure you that we provide continuous training for business development. So, very important yan when it comes to a franchising company or in any type of business na magkaroon ng continuous training for business development. Kasi ang business nag-evolve, nagde-develop. So, we are always, on that area of continuous training for the development of every franchise concepts that we have. And then we are transparent with our partners and investors to ensure accountability. I mean, accountability is very important, especially when you're franchising a business. And business is continuously growing and expanding, which you can actually research kung paano nag-grow ang coffee shop franchise namin and how it has grown from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao na sobrang dami na ng coffee shop branches ng Coffee Spot. And we also facilitate business support for maximum return on investment. Of course, priority namin na kumita yung mga franchises namin because when our franchises are able to get the return on their investment, obviously, our company as the franchise company partnering with them also earns, diba? So we are able to give them the support that they need, and we really prioritize the support that we're able to give to their franchise business with us so that they could have their maximum return on the investment. Kasi nag-invest din sila ng time, hindi lang yung capital with Coffee Spot, but they're also investing their effort, their skills, their talents, everything. So para mas lalo kayong ma-excite para mag-franchise ng Coffee Spot with us in starting your coffee shop business, I'm going to give you a glimpse of the actual net sales ng isang Coffee Spot franchise natin sa Sinsuat, Cotabato City. So this is their actual net sales from March 6 to April 2. And as you can see here, ang net sales nila ay 1 million. And ang average sale nila ay 420 pesos and 61 cents. Meaning to say, isang customer nag-average ng 420 pesos that they spend on their Coffee Spot franchise store. Kung naalala nyo kanina yung binigay ko sa inyo na amount na average cups or the amount that people spend or your customers might spend, di ba 120 pesos lang? Imagine ito for 120 pesos. And this is because you can also offer pastries and different kinds of food. Pwede ka mag-offer ng breakfast, ng for lunch, or for dinner sa iyong Coffee Spot franchise store. As you can see here, may coffee at saka chicken poppers, meaning to say, umuorder ng coffee and at the same time, ng food that will accompany their coffee. Kaya mas lalo talagang mag-i-increase ang iyong average sale. So, para sa mga magtatanong, possible ba na kumita talaga ka ng 1 million a month with my Coffee Spot franchise store? Well, this is an actual net sale. And take note, this is in Cotabato City pa. Now, let's take a look at the competitive franchise pricing packages that we have at Coffee Spot and with other coffee shop businesses that are also offering franchise packages. So what you need to look for when you're comparing when it comes to the franchise packages or the pricing that the companies are offering you in starting your coffee shop business, you have to look for the total capital expenditures as well. Kung magkano ba yung total na magagastos mo if you're going to put up the coffee shop business with them, if you're going to franchise with them. So that includes the franchise package and the total capital expenses, kagaya ng in-explain ko sa inyo kanina. And you also have to check if you will be paying royalty fee once you franchise with them, if there are any other fees that you have to pay. Let's say, for example, marketing fees, okay? So I've given you a table here of some of the coffee shop that are offering franchise packages that you might consider. So it would also help you on how you're going to analyze when it comes to looking at the competitive franchise pricing that is available in the market for you as a franchisee. So let's take a look at Coffee Spot. Now we are offering kiosk type, which is 980,000 pesos, which I've discussed in a separate video. So we have the full store concept, which is the one that I've discussed in this video. So your franchise package is 880,000 pesos with Coffee Spot, and your total expenditure could reach up to 3 million. Depende kung gaano kalaki yung space, if it's a 40 square meter or a 100 square meter full store concept. And we don't have royalty fee. Wala kang babayaran sa amin na royalty fee. You get your profit 100% sayong-sayo lang. And then you only pay 5,000 pesos national marketing fee. Itong marketing fee na to, it would help you sa pagmamarket ng iyong coffee spot business. Now, let's take a look at Bo's Coffee. So, they're offering their kiosk for 5 million. And then they're offering their full store, and you would spend up to 9 million to 14 million pesos para maitayo mo ang Bo's Coffee. They get 5% royalty fee. So once na you become a franchisee with Bo's Coffee, you will have to pay 5% from your profit as your royalty fee to them. And then 2% ang marketing fee nila. So every month you have to pay 2% ng marketing fee. So with Figaro naman, ang cart nila ay 3.5 million pesos. Their kiosk is 5.5 million pesos. Yung full store nila is 8 million pesos. And then you pay 5% na royalty fee. May babayaran kang 2% national marketing and then 1% na local marketing. With Black Scoop, yung full store nila is 1.2 million to 5 million and then 15,000 pesos na royalty fee. So, be the one to decide kung alin ang mas competitive, ang franchise pricing packages, at kung saan ka magbe-benefit bilang isang franchisee. And I'm sure it's very obvious. Kung royalty fee lang naman ang pag-uusapan, sa 0% na royalty fee na hindi ka sisingilin ni Coffee Spot, at sa iyo na lang ang iyong profit, sobrang laking advantage mo na doon. Plus, look at the amount that you will have to spend with your total capital expenses or expenditure in putting up a full store concept. Sobrang laki po ng difference with the other coffee shop businesses. Nakita nyo naman po yung mga coffee shop na inopen ng Coffee Spot na franchises, 'di ba? It can compete with, this kind of coffee shops. So if you're now decided to franchise with Coffee Spot, I'm sure your next question would be how to franchise with us. So first of all, you just have to fill out the application form, submit the initial requirements, pay the franchise fee, which is the 880,000 pesos, sign the franchise agreement, attend the franchise and crew training orientation, provide a copy of award notice or contract of lease. So these are the very simple steps of how you can franchise Coffee Spot with us and start your coffee shop business. So if you want to get an idea from our Coffee Spot franchise branches, you can find your nearest Coffee Spot. Here are the list. So here are the list of the Coffee Spot branches that we have available in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. If you want to get a copy, well, I can give you a copy of the list of the Coffee Spot branches para you can visit the one nearest to you, diba? If you're in Luzon or if you're in Visayas or in Mindanao. And this is just a proof, okay, of how Coffee Spot franchise has grown in the years that we have been offering this as a franchise to all those who wants to start their coffee shop businesses. So I hope you get started immediately and be one of our Coffee Spot franchisees. Now, for the modes of payment that we accept as payment for your franchise package of Coffee Spot, which is 880,000 pesos, you can visit our office in Green Hills. You can pay in cash or you can pay through check. This will be subject to bank clearing. Or if you're an OFW and you want to pay for your Coffee Spot franchise package, you can do an online bank remittance. And for those who wants to do online bank transfer, you can also do so. So these are the modes of payment that we accept for the payment of your franchise package for Coffee Spot. So this is the end of our Coffee Spot franchise business presentation. So if you have any questions, any concerns, or any inquiries, or if you are interested to start your Coffee Spot franchise business with us, just message me, contact me, call me, or email me with the contact details that's showing on your screen right now. Again, this is Lourdes Galang. I'm your franchise consultant for Coffee Spot and iFranchise Business Services Corporation. And I'm looking forward to assist you in starting your Coffee Spot franchise business with us and in you becoming our franchise business partner. Thank you and God bless.